Today, we want to tell you about the U-Report platform, The Gambia.
Hello, my name is Mamadou Saidou Diallo. The U-Report platform is a free SMS tool launched by UNICEF The Gambia to offer young people and communities the opportunity to speak out on issues affecting them and their community.
Yes, issues affecting them and their communities, like education. This is why the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education will be using the U-Report platform to effectively get feedbacks from parents, teachers, and most especially students on the ongoing televised and radio lessons.
Do you want to be a U-Reporter? It is very easy to be part of the U-Report family. Use your official or your QCell SIM card and send the word JOIN to 1234. It is for free. You will receive an SMS that would guide you on how to complete the registration process.
Don't only join, but actively participate by answering to the questions that will be sent to you every 2 weeks.
Let's report on the ongoing televised and radio lessons to inform the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education.
Don't forget, send the word JOIN to 1234 using your AfriCell or your QCell SIM card.
I report.
You report.
We report.
Keep reporting.
Thank you for coming again. I am Abdoulaye Jawara, and today we'll be looking at another aspect of our grammar exercises. But before going any further, let's have a recap or a review of the homework that you were given. You were asked to do the past tense of the verbs in the brackets. One in the past continuous tense, one in the simple past. And then we have the first sentence, we, in brackets, sing a song when the teacher, in bracket, come into the room. Okay? We said earlier on in the last lesson that the past continuous form normally takes place when two actions happen in the past. One was in continuous progression, and another one happens in addition to the one that was going on. The one that was going on becomes the past continuous tense, and the action that happened as a second action becomes the past, simple past tense. So let's look at this sentence carefully. We does sing a song when the teacher, you have come into the room. Which action do you think was going on? And another action happened as an addition. So we were singing a song. The teacher came into the room, found us singing this song. We were singing a song when the teacher came into the room. We were singing a song when the teacher came into the room. We were singing a song when the teacher came into the room. The man fell down, in bracket, as he ran, in bracket, for the bus. Which action was in progress, and the other action happened afterwards? Okay. The man fell down as he was running for the bus. The process of running, struggling to get on board the bus was going on. And as a result, maybe he was putting on a gown, and then he happened to step on part of that and then fell down. No one knows. Something happened and then he fell down, but the running was going on at that time. When the phone rang, I was walking in the garden. The telephone came. You were in your garden and then walking there. Okay? When the phone rang, I was walking in the garden. That was the homework. Today we'll be looking at the topic you have in front of you on your screens. Tenses of irregular verbs, simple past and past participle. Okay? We need to look at this topic because this is where many people have a problem with as far as tenses are concerned. So we can't exhaust it, but we can have a little idea about it in this lesson. First of all, we have a review of what we did in our previous lesson. We learned in the previous lessons that the simple past tense expresses an action that took place in the past. To form this simple past tense, we use the past form of the verb to be plus the present participle of the verb with ing. Now, also to form past tense of some verbs, we change the spellings and even the sound. Even in our last lessons, though we did not talk about it as a topic, but it happened automatically in our lessons. We dealt with words like go, verbs like go. We realized that sometimes it changes to went. Come would change to came in the past tense, simple past tense. Tell will change to told, etc. Okay? Sit, sat. Okay? Do, did. We did all these things here in the previous lessons. Okay? The past participle is used to express an action that has already been completed. We did the present tense, the simple past tense, the past continuous tense, the present continuous tense, the future tense. Okay? The past participle is that form of the verb where the action has just been completed, already done. Okay? I go to school every day. I went to school yesterday. I have gone to school already. You have already gone to school. Okay? Another example, he sees his teacher every day. He saw his teacher yesterday. He has seen his teacher already. Okay? Many verbs form their simple past and past participle by adding ed or d. This is a category of verbs that we are very familiar with, and they are the ones we often use, although we use these ones as well. But these ones are the easier to use because the rule is simply adding ed or sometimes d. So it's a simple. We call them weak verbs or regular verbs. Okay? He walks in the garden every day. Okay? It should have been he walks in the garden every day. The man walked in the garden yesterday. Okay? The man has walked in the garden already. The man walks in the garden every day. The man walked in the garden yesterday. The man walks in his garden, in the garden, every day. The man walked in the garden yesterday. The man has walked in the garden already. Now, if you look at all the third sentences, that is the past participle form, you'll find out that the verb see becomes seen, S-E-E-N, accompanies another word that is has in that sentence. He has. Okay? The man has worked. The man has worked. So that happens also in the past participle. There must be a helping verb. This helping verb is just like the job the verb to be would do with another verb. These verbs also do the same thing. Like in the future tense, you will have shall or will. So have or has also does the same thing in the past participle with the verb. You use have or has depending on whether it is singular or plural. Okay? All the plurals take have and all the singulars take has. All the plurals, all the singulars except I, the pronoun I, the personal pronoun I takes have. Apart from that, yes, and you, the pronoun you, whether singular or plural, also takes have. Apart from that, all the third person singulars, like he, she, it, will all take has. All the plurals will take have. Okay? So that happens, that must be there in the past participle as well. There must be a helping verb, has and have. Okay? So you have verbs that change their vowel sound. In some cases, the end of the word are referred to as irregular or strong verbs. So these are verbs that change their vowel sound. They change the sound. Okay? And the end of the word also changes. Now let's look at, for example, like seen. See, S-E-E becomes S-E-E-N. Okay? Seen. That's the last N there. Okay? It's an addition. Verbs that add ed are called regular verbs or weak verbs, and verbs that change their vowel sound or end of the sound, end of the word, sorry, are called irregular verbs. Let's look at more of these examples. So you have the present tense, simple past tense, and the past participle of these strong or irregular verbs. You call them strong verbs or you call them irregular verbs. Bite, using the teeth. Okay? Bite becomes bit and bitten. The little girl bites the cake every day. Yesterday, the little girl bit the cake. The little girl has bitten. Okay? So bit, bite, bit, bitten. Come becomes came in the past, and in the past participle becomes come. It comes back to the same thing. So one thing about these strong verbs is they are very funny. They are very irregular. They don't follow the same pattern all the time. So some patterns can be similar in some cases. Some patterns can be completely different in most cases. So that's one thing. The only thing is you need a constant practice to be able to catch up with them. Catch. You throw a ball in the air and catch it. Catch becomes caught. Catch, caught. Simple past, yesterday. Already caught. Blow, present tense. Simple past becomes blew. And in the past participle becomes blown. Grow, simple past becomes grew, and past participle becomes grown. So sometimes they can look similar. you have LOW, ROW, they change to EW, EW, and so on and so forth, and OWN. Sometimes they can be similar. You have throw, threw, and thrown. There are sometimes patterns that they follow. Draw becomes drew and drawn. Buy becomes bought and bought. The same in the past, simple past, and the same in the past participle. Okay? Like bring. Bring is the same thing. In the simple past, it is brought. In the past participle, again, is brought. The same form. Think, likewise. To think. Use your brain to think. Okay? In the past, simple past, we say thought. You think about your question every day. Yesterday, you thought about your question. Already you have thought. So thought, thought. Drink, water, milk. In the simple past, it becomes drunk. In the past participle, drunk. D-R-U-N-K. Drunk. Drive. You drive a car. In the past, simple past tense becomes drove. The driver drove his car yesterday. Past participle, driven. Driven. The driver has driven the car past us. Get. In the past becomes got, and the past participle also becomes got. Go becomes went and gone. Take. Took. Taken. Wear. Wore. Worn. Okay? You wear your clothes. You put on your dress. Simple past becomes wore. Past participle worn. Eat. Food. Simple past ate, and the past participle eaten. Give. To give something to somebody. Past tense, simple past tense becomes gave, and past participle given. Write becomes wrote, unwritten. Ride becomes rode, ridden. You ride a bicycle. Yesterday, the boy rode his bicycle to school. Already he has ridden his bicycle, or ridden. You have another exercise here. Now put the following sentences into the simple past tense. The driver stops the car. The teacher gives me the book. The plane flies very high. The dog eats its dinner. All in the present form. We change them to the past. The driver stopped the car. We add ed. The teacher gave me the book. The plane flew very high. The dog ate its dinner. Another exercise, change the following sentences into the past participle. I played in the field. Mariama came to the class yesterday. The boys went for a holiday. The dog ate its dinner. Past participle. I have played in the field. I played in the field. Past tense, maybe yesterday or earlier on in the day. I have played in the field already. Okay. Mariama comes to class. Okay. Mariama came to the class yesterday. Becomes Mariama has come to the class already. The boys have gone for a holiday and the dog has eaten its dinner. Okay. And then before we wrap up, there is a homework here that you need to look at home. Okay. Give the past participle of the following verbs: go, think, buy, bring, and fly. Before I take leave of you, let's quickly go back on some important points. The past participle form of the verb is that form of the verb where the action has already been done and completed. Okay. Most often we use already to show the time. We also learn that the past participle goes with a helping verb, the verb to have, either in the form of have or has. We said all the plural including I and the you go with have, and all the third person singular go with has. For example, I have, you have, we have, they have gone to school. But we say he has gone to school, she has gone to school, it has gone to school. We have verbs also that add only ed or d in the past, that is both past simple past and past participle. But you also have a good number of verbs that change the vowel sound, and in some cases the end of the word of the verb changes. Okay? A verb like go is a very strong verb. These verbs are called strong verbs. A verb like go is a very strong verb. It changes its form. In the present it becomes go. In the past, simple past tense becomes went, and in the past participle it becomes gone, G-O-N-E. Many more verbs are like that. Such verbs are called irregular or strong verbs. Okay? But otherwise, most verbs in the past we just add ed or they. On that note, I thank you all for your attention. Do the homework, and the homework is give the past participle of the following verbs: go, think, buy, bring, and fly. And remember to stay home and keep on studying your books. And until we come back again, I wish you a good day. Thank you.